Hi guys, it's Lynn here. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Now guys, in this video we're potting up the cuttings that I taken from the Dragonfruit cactus plant that I grew from seed, that I had to dissect last week because it was covered in the dreaded mealybugs, and I made a video when I had to dissect the whole plant, and I also made a video when I potted up the plant that I managed to break away. It was grown in one big clump, all individual seedlings, and I managed to save probably a good 80% of the plant, which is fantastic. Some of these stems were that badly infected with mealybugs that were hiding right underneath that it was easy just to dispose of the parts of the plant that were badly infected, and I managed to save some of the majority of the seedlings. Thank goodness I managed to able to treat and potted up. So links up above to both of them videos of when I dissected the plant, and also the video of potting up the seedlings I managed to save. And that should help you out. Gosh forbid you ever have mealybugs on any of your plants in general. This will show you the best way to treat it. Now, obviously some of them were badly affected from the base, and I had to treat some of the other ones as cuttings. And this is what I did. Obviously I cut them there and I've let them callus over for a few days, and they've formed a hard callus now. So these are also rescued. As you see, they're completely free from any mealybugs or pests, and they've formed a dry scab there, which is great. And this is all cacti and succulents, is to always, whenever you do take cuttings, make sure you allow the cut end to fully callus over before putting into soil again. And the good thing is with dragonfruit cacti is they do root very, very readily. You can even lie them on the side and they'll send roots out, or put them in like that, which I'm going to do, and then they'll root. Now obviously this time of year, it is winter. I wouldn't recommend taking cuttings or potting cuttings up at this time of year by choice, because it's harder for the plant. The plants are trying to rest, and the low light levels and the cooler temperatures is not the best to encourage rooting at this time of year. But because obviously I've had to do an emergency operation on this plant, I've had no choice but to take cuttings at this time of year. And as I say, what I'm going to be doing is treating them, keeping them a lot drier than I probably would normally because it's winter. I've got the soil mix here, and we make up our own cactus and succulent soil. In this case, I've used a John Innes loam-based compost and added extra sand and extra perlite, and links up above to a video that I've made on how to make your own cactus and succulent soil in 3 easy steps. And in that, I just use 3 equal parts of sand, perlite or grit. I tend to use perlite as grit is not always easy to get, but you can either use perlite or grit, and a loam-based soil. Any loam-based soil is better, personally better than peat, and I just prefer to use loam-based soils rather than peat because I find it helps to reduce them annoying fungus gnats that you get in peat-based soils, and also I just prefer to use a loam-based soil. Peat dries out too quickly and it's not environmentally friendly, so this is just my preference, and I just find it's better for growing cacti and succulents in. And let's get going then, shall we guys? Now again, what I've done, I've got some rooting powder here. You don't have to use rooting powder. Cacti and succulents do root very readily, but because of the time of year and it's middle of winter, or winter anyway, I am going to be choosing to use some hormone rooting powder, because this will just help to keep any chance of root rot away. But as I say, you don't have to use this. It's just think it just helps the plant, so why not use it? And I've got the label down. Hylocereus undatus dragonfruit cactus, seed sown 2015, and I put pink fleshed because I actually sowed these dragonfruit seedlings from seed back in 2015 from a delicious pink fleshed fruit. And links up above to that video on how to grow dragonfruit cactus from seed, and these are actually the plants from that, as are the other ones. Easy to do from seed and so much fun. So links up above to that video if you haven't seen it already. And let's get going then guys. So as I say, I've made the soil mix. Now what are we doing here? I'm just going to swap this over here, bring that down to show you what I'm doing here. And now what I'm going to be doing is obviously opening up this, dipping it in. Oop, now a little bit of gone into the soil, not that it matters, it's not going to hurt. And I'm not going to show you the whole procedure because it could be a long video. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be doing here. Just literally checking that's the right way. That's the rooted end there that's dried. And dipping it in there like so, shaking that off because you don't want too much powder. And literally just dipping it in like that. Now I've got a little dabber there that if I need to, I can just make some little holes. But I may not need it with this. And just gently tuck it in like that. And we're doing the next one along. Again, make sure you got the dried part. Dip it in, shake off as much as possible of that powder, and then again there, tuck it in, and that's all you're really doing. I'm going to be doing this then with the rest of these, and I'll turn the camera off now and I'll just show you when I get a little bit further on. There you go, guys. That's all of the dragon fruit cuttings all potted up. And as I say, I've put them into a bit of a seed type of tray because the most important thing is I'm trying to get these to root again. And once they've rooted, I can then pot them up into sort of nice little pots, probably individually, and give them as some giveaways, hopefully, if they take well. And as I say, I've got the little label. I like to label all the plants, Hylocereus and Cactus, and I put that there on there. And that's it. So obviously I'll do an update on these. And obviously it is winter time, so I'm not going to be going mad with the watering. I'm going to just lightly mist them with rainwater every few days. I'm going to be keeping these upstairs in our plant room, and it's going to be grown under grow lights to encourage it to root. So fingers crossed, all should be well. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and thank you so much for your amazing comments and all of your support and your likes. I cannot thank you enough. I really, really appreciate them. And it's absolutely amazing to connect with like-minded people from all over the world that love growing plants as much as me and Hans. So guys, I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from Ireland. Until the next video, guys. Bye.